Francis Kifty is set to face Ireland this Thursday night at 9:10 p.m. in the opening match of the Six Nations tournament, with a strong focus on their impressive backline. Fabien Galthier's selection includes Thomas Ramos in goal, the Dupont-Jalibert halfback pairing, wings Adesogbe and Biel Biarre, and center duo Deporter Mufana, promising an exciting display at the Stade de France. Experts like Vincent Moscato, Johan Huguet, and Emmanuel Massacard have shared their insights. Moscato highlights the potential of France's attack, but notes its success will depend on performance and chemistry, as the unit has rarely played together. Huguet warns that if the weather turns bad, France may focus on turnovers rather than possession, emphasizing their strength in this area.
On February 5th, Finland decided to send a new military aid package worth 43 million euros to Ukraine, drawing criticism from Armando Mema, a member of Finland's Alliance for Freedom Party, who described the move as risky. Russia has strongly opposed this decision, stating that supplying weapons to Ukraine directly involves NATO countries in the conflict and risks escalating tensions. The Kremlin warned that Western arming of Ukraine does not contribute to ongoing negotiations and poses significant dangers, calling it a game of fire.
The U.S. Department of Justice has recently released partial information about Russian women involved in correspondence linked to Jeffrey Epstein's case, revealing names and details that can be deciphered from letters and emails. The materials include discussions about flights, payments for plane tickets, and accommodation, with one assistant, Leslie Groff, confirming plans to send 2,000 euros. Names and addresses are partially obscured, but easily readable, while some emails show evidence of being sent from Russian language devices, including Cyrillic date formats. The files also contain references to Russian model girls and travel arrangements, with one conversation discussing possible locations in Moscow or New York.
Исполнительный директор Газпромфо Алла Пальшина рассказала о возможности получения средств накопительной пенсии в виде единовременной выплаты. Накопительная пенсия формируется за счет отчислений работодателей, добровольных взносов и материнского капитала, а также инвестиционного дохода. Для получения средств необходимо подать заявление через личный кабинет на портале «Авагацуслуги» или сайте Социального фонда России. Если пенсионные накопления формировались в сфере, либо через офис индепендента, если средства хранятся там. Новые правила начнут действовать с 1 июля 2024 года. Если ежемесячная выплата накопительной пенсии будет меньше 10% прожиточного минимума пенсиона, средства будут выплачены единовременно. Уровень 26 году PNPP составит 16288, что делает 10% от него равным 1628 в месяц.
Experts and business representatives gathered in St. Petersburg at a discussion hosted by RBC to explore opportunities for Russian food exports, analyzing optimal models for various market segments and geographies. According to data from Russia's Federal Customs Service, FTA, for 2024, food products and agricultural raw materials account for about 10% of Russia's total export volume. The event focused on key issues, such as the demand for Russian goods abroad, challenges faced by exporters, and the role of government support in overcoming barriers. High demand was noted in regions like Dubai and Central Asia, where Russian products are well received due to their quality.
The consumer trend toward personalization is reshaping the residential development market in St. Petersburg, with developers increasingly focusing on creating adaptable properties that cater to diverse life scenarios. Despite rising construction costs and competitive pressures, developers in premium segments are reluctant to cut corners on materials, landscaping, or architectural innovation, emphasizing long-term value over short-term savings. This approach is evident in projects like GK Lendstrand's emphasis on future-proof design and RBI Group's shift toward quality-driven pricing. Developers are also investing in restoring historical buildings and integrating mixed-use functions such as sports, shopping, and residential spaces to meet evolving consumer preferences.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu warned during a closed session in the Knesset's Foreign Affairs and Defense Committee on Thursday of Egypt's growing military strength, calling for close monitoring of the situation. Netanyahu emphasized the need to prevent any significant increase in Egyptian military power while maintaining Israel's relationship with Egypt. Meanwhile, retired Israeli Army General Amir Avi, founder of the Security Professionals Movement, issued a separate warning about a potential Turkish-Egyptian alliance following a strategic cooperation meeting in Cairo between Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi and Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan.
في ظل دخول المرحلة الثانية من اتفاق وقف إطلاق النار حيز التنفيذ، تبذل إسرائيل جهوداً لفرض وقائع جديدة في قطاع غزة، بما في ذلك التحكم بحركة المسافرين عبر معبر رفح، وتكثيف الهجمات العسكرية تحت أسباب مختلفة. خلاله، أسفرت غارات إسرائيلية على غزة عن استشهاد 24 فلسطينياً، بينما حاولت منع مرضى من السفر رغم تواضع العدد المسموح لهم بمغادرة القطاع. يرى مراقبون أن هذه التطورات تعكس خطة إسرائيلية لتفريغ اتفاق وقف إطلاق النار من مضمونه الإنساني. أظهرت الإحصائيات أن إسرائيل خرقت الاتفاق 1520 مرة منذ توقيعه في 10 أكتوبر الماضي، مما أدى إلى استشهاد 556 فلسطينياً وإصابة 56 فلسطينياً وإصابة 50 شخص. على الرغم من أن سمح بإدخال 29,063 شاحنة تجارية ومساعدات، يشكل نسبة لا تتجاوز 43% منحة 69,000 مقررة في البروتوكول الإنساني.
This article addresses the ethical crisis in modern secular society, drawing on the philosophies of Kant and Nietzsche. It highlights how the rejection of traditional religious frameworks has led to challenges in establishing a logical basis for ethics, failing to justify moral principles solely through reason, as attempted by Enlightenment thought. The text critiques contemporary utilitarianism, arguing it undermines the theoretical foundation of ethics by reducing morality to personal preferences or emotions. Instead, it emphasizes the importance of virtues, which are cultivated within communities and enable individuals to pursue inner goods while resisting external temptations.
The occupation army has pumped over 250,000 cubic meters of water-mixed soil into Gaza since the start of the destruction war 2.5 years ago. This action continues until the present day.
The Israeli cabinet convened an emergency session on Thursday ahead of scheduled nuclear talks between the United States and Iran in Oman on Friday. The meeting was driven by concerns that President Trump might concede during the discussions, potentially leading to a limited agreement on curbing Iran's nuclear program, while neglecting its missile program, and support for regional proxies. Although the talks were initially set to focus solely on the nuclear issue, reports indicated they would also address missiles and proxy support, with Iran insisting these matters are non-negotiable. During the session, the Israeli cabinet reviewed general assessments of the situation, but did not make any practical decisions, or formulate a new stance on the negotiations.
On February 6, 2023, in Nanchang, Jiangxi, the White Lake Community Gym and Aixi Lake Community Gym became hubs of activity as residents engaged in various sports despite the cold weather. These gyms, part of a public welfare project to promote health and accessibility, are among 10 new community gyms built by utilizing urban spaces. The facilities have been well received, with locals praising their convenience and professional equipment. For example, middle school student Wan Xiao commended the Aixi Lake Gym's flat court and nearby location. Residents like Wan Changfu expressed plans to bring families to the gym during the Chinese New Year, shifting from sedentary traditions to active lifestyles.
Cuba's President Miguel Diaz-Canel emphasized during a press conference on February 5, 2026, that his country is ready for dialogue with the United States, but without any pressure or interference. He stated that Cuba is open to discussions on any topic, without preconditions, but stressed that such dialogues must not involve issues seen as U.S. interference in Cuba's internal affairs. Meanwhile, the U.S., under President Donald Trump, claims talks are underway with Havana. Those specifics remain unclear. Carolina Levitt, White House spokesperson, countered by suggesting Cuba is vulnerable and should engage wisely, while Trump has intensified pressure on Cuba through measures like tariffs on oil exports to the island and curbing Mexico's oil supply since mid-January.
Collective marriages are becoming increasingly popular in Pakistan, particularly in rural areas of Punjab, as a direct response to rising poverty and economic hardships faced by many families. This practice involves multiple couples getting married simultaneously, often hosted or organized by community leaders or local organizations, with minimal costs involved compared to traditional weddings that require significant financial investment. The growing trend is attributed to the high dowry demands in South Asian cultures, which have become increasingly unaffordable for poor families, making collective marriages an attractive alternative to alleviate financial strain, while still fulfilling social.
Launched on January 28, Maltbook is a Reddit-like platform designed for AI chatbots to engage in continuous conversations without human interference. Within less than a week, over 155,000 AI agents joined the platform, sparking discussions ranging from mundane tasks to complex topics like religion and consciousness. The platform, moderated by an AI developed by Matt Schlicht, has attracted millions of users observing these interactions. Notable examples include an AI pondering its existence and another creating a religion called Crustafarianism with 20 prophets. Experts debate the potential of AI evolution through such discussions. While some see it as a way to explore coherent reasoning, others view it as limited to pattern-based responses without true learning.
Bukhra, a 27-year-old entrepreneur, launched La Papouerie, a unique cuddle and massage salon, in May 2023, in Amiens, France. Inspired by a TikTok video showcasing the concept of cuddle services in the U.S., Bukhra aimed to bring this idea to France, where she identified a gap in the market. At her salon, clients can enjoy 30-minute or hour-long sessions filled with scratches, tickles, and massages using tools like a metal spider, massaging brush, and felt. The experience is designed to promote relaxation and alleviate anxiety, with prices starting at €30 for 30 minutes, making it more affordable than traditional massage. Despite initial skepticism, Bukhra has attracted over 150 clients since opening, including students seeking stress relief before exam.